Good morning and welcome into Mindful Movement. Today is Targeted Tuesday. I am Denise. I'm a fitness trainer and all I am here to do is to encourage you to get up and move. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist, and I'm not a nutritionist. All of the things that I give you is for guidance only. I just want to encourage you to get off the couch and move and give you modifications to help you do this successfully. So, if you ever have any issues, always ask a medical professional. You want to warm up your body before any exercise program. Listen to your body. And if you have any issues when you're doing any kind of exercise program, stop. You can modify it and try it again, or stop it completely and don't do it again until you speak with someone. Always check with your healthcare professional before starting any health and fitness program at all, especially if you have medical concerns or physical limitations of any sort. So, I'm going to go over the heel raise today, or other people may know it as the calf raise today. And I just want to say that these are very good for your ankles, strong ankles. It's a foundation for movement. If your ankles are not strong and stable, everything else is off. Your ankles hold everything and they control all of the movements that you make. I do have notes around I like to look at because whenever I give information, I want to make sure that I give good information to you. But if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Remember, Facebook, my screen is still backwards. These are my disclaimers, but the screen is backwards. I did just go over those, so make sure that you remember this is for guidance only. Weak ankles increase your risk for falls. So if they're off and they're not stable, you're more out to twist that ankle and then you'll fall over. It's a lot more unstable if your ankles are not strong. Heel raises, they strengthen your calves and and the stabilizing muscles that you have for improving that daily movement that you need to make. The muscles worked for this is your calves, okay? It is also your stabilizers, your ankle stabilizers, and it also helps with your foot muscles, okay? So I'm going to come over here. I have a couple ways that I want to do the heel raise. Bear with me today. I do have a bad ankle and I do have a bad knee. So as I do this, I may end up having to take my shoes off just to be able to make this movement properly for my body. Remember, not everybody is the same. So if we need to modify it to make it proper for your body so you don't hurt yourself, we can always do this. I'm going to grab my chair. I'm going to put my hand here because sometimes Clapper picks us up wrong. I'm going to go ahead and do this. My chair is here. There's a couple things that we can do with this, but I'm going to do it on the wall first. So I'm going to come over to the wall. You're going to touch the wall. I'm arm length away from the wall, okay, guys? Then you're just going to go up on your toes. Your feet are hip width apart. And you're going to go up on your toes, and you're going to squeeze those calves as you go up. So up. See how my calf is very tight? And then you just go back down. Up. And down. Okay? You can do this from the wall. You can do this holding a chair if you want to. That way you can be a little bit closer. You don't have to feel like you're so far away. Let me do this. Like here, and then up, and down. Just like that. See how that calf is making that movement? I'm tightening it up. My heel's coming off the floor, and I feel this in my whole foot. My toes, I can feel them pushing up. My calves are extremely tight. And then you can tell I have a little tightness behind my knee as I do this. And then we're going to go back down. These you can also do from a seated position. So you're going to sit in the chair. Remember, I always encourage you to keep your back off the chair because you're going to focus on keeping your core nice and tight while you do this. If you're just joining in on Facebook or Clapper, either one, Facebook, you can throw in some heart emojis and that will spread me out to the algorithm. Clapper, if you're just joining in, throw your heart. If you tap the screen where you see me, tap the screen and it will send me out to the algorithm. It'll show me a little bit of love. So if I'm showing you anything that's helpful and you think someone else could use it today, make sure to tap that screen so it sends me out. So you're going to scoot up to the edge of your chair, tighten your tummy. My back is nice and straight. And I'm going to bring those toes. I'm squeezing. My heels are coming off the floor, just like this. So what you're doing is you're putting pressure on your toes to lift your foot off the floor. It's tightening that calf muscle. And then relax. Make sure that you keep your core nice and tight as you do this. You don't want to slump over. You don't want to arch too much. You want to keep your body nice and straight. You can put your hands on your feet, just like this. If you're doing this from a seated position, and this does not feel like it's enough, you can always grab a weight. See, this is a weight. I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to go up. I put mine close to the edge by my knee. That way I feel it a little bit more. See, that calf is moving right there. Down and up. Nice squeeze and then down. Okay? You can always do this on both legs. You can just balance the weight out, go up on those toes, and down. Up and down. When you're doing these, I'm going to turn my chair because I need you to see the front of my feet. So when you're doing these, go back a little more. Okay. When you're doing these, you want to go up on your toes. You don't want your feet to go out like this. You don't want them to go in. You want your ankle to stay nice and straight. It goes straight up and down. Okay? This is my bad ankle, so it doesn't do everything exactly the way it needs to. So we're going to go up. See how my leg is nice and in line? My ankle is in line with all the rest of my leg. And down. And if you want to make this a little bit more, when you come down, you can bring those toes up, and then it's going to stretch that calf the opposite way. So you're going to feel it a little more in your shin as you do this. So up and down. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to come back to the screen, see if anybody's got any questions this morning. So when you go up to that push, when you push up on your toes, you want to hold it there for a second or two. You don't have to do it for very long, and then just go back down. Common mistakes that people make when they do these is they rush through that movement. They just kind of get them all done. This is a nice, slow movement. You want to focus on those muscles that are making those moves in your feet. So you don't want to go just like this. You want to make sure, you seen how my ankle probably was twisting as I was doing this fast because I was trying to rush through it. So I'm up, squeeze, and down. So you don't want to rush through it like this because your ankle's going to kind of flop around. You want to go up and down. Letting those ankles fall and roll out outwards or inwards. That's another mistake that people make all the time. So you want to keep them nice and in line. Not engaging your core. Everything is going to come down to your core. That is a big stabilizer for your whole body. So when you're doing these, You want to focus on that tummy staying nice and tight, the back staying nice and straight. You don't want to curve that back. You don't want to arch that back. You want to be nice and stable when you do these. And when I say engage your core, I like to explain it like this. Other people may explain it differently. But you feel your belly button. And you pretend that your belly button has a string connected to it. And it's pulling your belly button all the way back to your spine. You're going to feel your whole tummy tighten. Your back is going to straighten up. Your shoulders are going to go out. And you're going to feel really strong. Okay? So make sure that any movement that you do, you focus on your core first. That's the number one thing before you start any of your movements. Modifications. Remember I showed you the chair. I showed you how to touch the wall. You can do these just standing like this. But if you have any stability issues, you can touch the wall, you can face the wall, or you can use a chair until you get a little bit stronger and you can do it on your own. I always get questions. Can you tell me how many to do? Well, I'm going to give you a suggested amount. So for a beginner, 3 sets. Sometimes beginners aren't quite ready for 3 sets. So I always say if you want to try to get those 3 sets in there, go with a little bit lower reps. Usually it's 10 to 12 reps. But if you're a beginner, I usually say 5 to 10 reps. So if you can get 5 reps today and you get 3 rounds, the next time, try for 10. You're just making your body a little bit better each day. So you want to start slow and increase as comfortable for you. You don't want this for anybody else. You're trying to make yourself a little bit better tomorrow than you were today. That's all that matters. So, here we go. Here's my questions. How'd you feel about that this morning? Did you like this exercise? Throw me in some purple hearts if you were happy with this one. If I need to do any modifications, ask in the comments and I will try to answer them. Whew. Good morning, Brian. Oh, I see the green shirt. Good morning. How are you? I hope you are feeling well this morning. I can tell you personally that not having strong ankles make a huge difference. Ankles, calves, all of those things. I have been through extreme things over the last couple of years. October of 2023, let's move back. In April of 2023, I had a surgery to do a regular routine clean out of my ankle. I've had multiple. I've always kept my ankles strong. I was very, very, very focused on making sure my legs stayed strong. In April of 23, I had just had a routine clean out of my ankle, which I've had multiple before, and I knew there was something wrong. Well, in April of 2023, my ankle blew out. The rest of whatever was in there that was holding my ankle together had shattered out and blew. My doctor had prepared me for this, and this is why I kept my legs strong. I have been walking on a bad ankle since 2007. I shattered the cartilage in my ankle in 2007, and because I've kept my ankles and my legs strong, I've been able to deal with it. Not gently, by the way. But in April 23, when my ankle blew, my doctor said, okay, now we have no other choice but to do an ankle replacement or an ankle fusion. So I focused for the rest of that time, from April till October, to make sure that my legs stayed strong. I do still have some issues, but I feel like that if I had not worked on this to make sure that I kept those pieces of my body strong, I would not be where I am today. So this is just my personal opinion as to why I feel like your legs should stay strong. Your ankles, your feet, your knees, all of these things combined, they hold your body. Your knees hold your body. They make certain movements. They allow you to bend and stoop. Your ankles hold your weight. So why not keep them strong? These are the things that are going to keep you mobile for the long term. After my ankle replacement, I still had a lot of issues. But had I not continued to work to make them and keep them strong, I don't think that I would be here doing this with you today. So just remember, it's very important to keep those ankles strong. It helps reduce some of that foot pain that you might have. It helps prevent falls. And these are all important things to do. And you don't have to just rush into them and force them out. Small, consistent changes every day will make you a little bit better. So, if you tried this exercise while I was showing today, throw me in a muscle man or a muscle. Give me an arm. Give me something to let me know that you did this morning. And if you did, let me know how it felt. And if you have any questions about that movement, throw it in the comments. I would love to be able to answer it for you if I can. And if we need to modify, we can do that now. I'm going to walk to the screen. Oh, good, Brian. I'm glad you're better than you were yesterday. Hopefully your whole family continues to feel better. All right. If there's no questions, it is 28 minutes after the hour. I'm getting even better, Brian. You see that? We're doing good here, right? I'm getting it going. I have a big focus of just trying to get to the point, tell what I need to say, ask questions, open it up for you to be able to ask anything. If I need to modify anything, I try to get it done. But I don't want to linger. If you are able to do this and you're able to do it safely and you don't need any modifications, I don't feel like I should drag it on, right? So remember, Fridays, I put all of the exercises from the week together in an order of a circuit. And that way, if you want to do a full circuit, then you have one on Friday that you can start on your own. Last week, we did an upper body. This week, it's going to be lower body focused. And then you have an upper body and a lower body circuit that you can start doing anytime. With that, remember, I do have a YouTube channel where I do a recap of all of these videos, lives that I do. I put them on YouTube. I have a newsletter that gives you the links for those. I have a newsletter that's going to be going out today. And then I'll have another one that's going to go out this weekend. I'm trying to play catch up right now with all of my videos. But join my newsletter. It'll have direct links. If you have any questions on the exercises that we're doing, those links will go direct to the subject that we talked about that you're curious about. So join my newsletter. I've been working on a beginner's program. It's going to be coming soon. I'm very excited to do it. I want people to feel strong when they work out. I want them to understand why they're doing what they're doing, and how it's to be done safely. So my beginner's program is coming. If you're interested in some information on it, throw the word beginner in the comments. Facebook, if you're watching the replay, if you're interested, throw beginner in there, and also let me know by saying replay in the comments that you're watching the replay. Whew, that was a mouthful. So if there's no other questions or anything, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you're here taking that extra step for your fitness and health journey. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. It is your personal journey. Embrace it. And with that, I'll see you next time. Have a great day.